Hi everyone, welcome to Project Not So Slow. Today's topic is about my 1986 300 SDL Mercedes turbo diesel inline six that ran backwards. Pretty crazy that it took off and went viral. Kind of seems like potentially it's probably the most internet famous turbo diesel Mercedes right now. So kind of want to talk about where this car came from. So this is actually my first car. I got this when I was 16. This is about 17 years ago. I got this car. Shortly after getting it, I was a huge fan of diesels. I wanted to show everybody that the diesel Mercedes especially is better than any other, superior to any other engines out there. So I wanted to make it faster. That time there wasn't really anything. So I got a HX35 from a Dodge Ram and I wanted to fit it on. Test fitting it. Nobody made a manifold back, so I tried to put it onto the stock manifold, the American version one, and it was not fitting. It was hitting the frame, and it got dark. So I put the original turbo back on. Didn't notice. I accidentally ripped a little bit of the gasket for the turbo oil feed, and by the time I made it home, the engine started sounding like a tractor. Oops! Basically, completely emptied out the oil and destroyed the engine. So, got another engine for it. So here's a picture of me after I removed the engine, just holding my HX35, basically what caused those issues. Unfortunately, just right before my friend rolled his 300 SDL and got the engine from his car. Approximately about a year later, I was able to get a exhaust manifold from a W140 and build an adapter and put the HX35 on finally. Intercooler, all the setup, built that without any of my friends knowing, and then show up and everybody's like, whoa, it's pretty cool. Got a 7.5 millimeter pump with Tomnic elements, built in Finland by PP Diesel, and it ran awesome. Had a great time. And the only thing, the transmission never held. Drove it for over 2 years like that, except I went through like 4-cylinder heads because I think there was a problem with the injection pump. And then right before my wedding, I built just a really beautiful setup all on it. Everything painted black, just the turbo white. All the bolts were anodized gold and just looked really beautiful. Started up, maybe like a minute of idling, it started knocking really bad, and I disassembled the whole engine. Didn't even take a single picture of it or anything, so no memories of that. And it just sat for like 8 years at a storage lot. Yeah, until they finally asked me, hey, it's time to take your car out of here. I came there, the car is looking pretty sad. I'm sorry. Anyways, brought it home. It sat there for a couple more years until my brother got in trouble. He put a hood stack on his W140 300 SD, and I guess some police officer didn't like it. Gave him some pretty big ticket for that. So he decided to just get rid of the car but keep the engine. And thanks, Daniel, he put it into my SDL to make it run sooner because he got an SDL that I picked up from him from Washington, and he wanted to have 2 running SDLs. I didn't really have time to work on it. During the time I was building my house, and just a little bit of time when it's raining or something. So yeah, I just worked on it while it's raining. At first I started putting the turbo how normal people put it, but then, you know, I was looking at the car, I was like, this thing's huge. This thing's a limo. This is the long wheelbase of the S classes of the 80s, and it's huge. It's not gonna set any records. So I decided, you know what, it's a beautiful car, it looks like art, I'll just make it more artistic. I just made a pipe to stick the turbo halfway out of the hood, and I'm just in love with it. I used to be so against that, but now I just love it. I think it looks incredible, and it's just beautiful to me.
That was loud.
But anyways, wanted to take it to the track because Daniel's car was running. He had a pretty nice turbo on his SDL, and I put an HX40 on it from a RV that I got for free. My relatives had a burnt RV. I got an HX40 from that one. Put it on and scrambling like crazy to try to get that car to the racetrack. Even on the day of the race, I was still finishing up the car, and then I took it to the track, and I literally only had the last set of fun runs that day. I made it just in time to make 3 passes, and here's how they went. Alrighty, here at the track, been crunching away. That's why I didn't film anything, but finally here at the track, got the rear diff welded up. Past tech, he was really happy about the engine diaper. Got Dane over here on his SDL right behind me, but his transmission's broken, so he's not going to be doing too hot. Okay, first run, did a decent burnout. First gear didn't spool, second gear spilled pretty good. Third gear, it was staying under 30 psi. Not sure, this is the first time I actually, on third gear. I did tap the nitrous, nothing seemed to happen or change. So I'm gonna take that out real quick and put a larger jet in it, just to see if I can make up for the lack with nitrous. But we ran 15.8, 86 miles an hour. The first gear did very slow, so at least I was worried about it going to like 50 psi, which I guess didn't happen, but now we're going to see what happened. Maybe the wastegate creeped open. Second run was even worse. 16.2. Ran out of nitrous. I guess all the messing around with the nitrous just emptied out the bottle. Now when I'm at the racetrack, it's empty. Really needed that turbo from the RV. Just first gear, I cannot get it to spool. I sat with my foot to the floor, and it's just cooking the pistons. It's just like EGTs are pretty high, and it's just not doing anything. Just not coming on boost. But and then for second gear, towards like the around 4,000 RPM, it starts to get going, and then barely gets to 30. And then third gear kind of holds around 28, 30. Fourth gear, it just falls off and goes to like 12 psi or something, and then it just feels so gutless. At least my brother is getting faster. 35 psi with a broken transmission, still doing like low 15s. It's a lot slower than what I did with the HX35 with the bad shifting transmission. I did 14.9 like 92 or something, 90 something miles an hour. Third run. Oh my goodness, the car is getting slower. I actually tried to do, I was like, you know what, at least it does a good burnout. The turbo spools well. I couldn't, the turbo did not spool. I tried and I tried. Oh, and did not want to go. Even at the starting line. So heat soaked. Look at that. 15.8, 16.2, 16.4. Oh, come on. Hey, oh man, I wish we had that nitrous. Oh my goodness. It's all good. Car's still running. I'm actually probably gonna stop beating on it for now, and I'm gonna save it. So on the way home, something crazy happened. Not really crazy, but it's to be expected. But it totally opened a new chapter for Daniel and I in these diesel Mercedes, because after that, Daniel went straight to a 606 and never looked back. Well, we're in an interesting situation. This thing didn't make it home. I'm not sure what happened, but it just blew coolant everywhere. And where is it? Where did it blow coolant? Oh, here. I mean, here's some hissing sounds. Not sure where that's coming from. But it blew coolant everywhere, and it stalled and doesn't want to start. Interesting. Doesn't even want to fire. Interesting situation. So Daniel gets to drive this on the street. Nice, bro. At least tighten this side also, just in case. Okay. You already checked? That's how it was good? So once I got home, later on, I wanted to do some burnouts for my friends and started trying to figure out what's going on with the NOS. Take the bottle. I'm like, no, there's plenty of NOS in here. Started looking around, and for some reason, the brand new relay was just not working. What? Show up to the racetrack. Before the racetrack, it worked great at home. Show up to the racetrack, the relay just did not work. So we just swapped it to a generic relay, and it worked great. Check out these burnouts. Since still I'm extremely busy with the house, the car was just parked for a long time. So in January, when Daniel and I decided that's it, we are doing Project Not So Slow now. We did it. Daniel refilled our nitrous bottle and came over, and we put 100 shot of NOS, took off the Alda completely, and it did an incredible burnout. Fourth gear, just shredding up the tires. After that, the car sat around for about a half a year, and MaXpeedingRods sent us a turbo, and we were like, okay, let's put it on the burnout car, and see what it does. So we put it on, and we were in such a rush. It was already about 8 p.m. and we just needed to hurry up and film to get the video out the next morning. So we started doing the burnout. I guess I didn't wait long enough. Spray the NOS, boom! It causes the engine to misfire. Sends the engine spinning backwards, which everyone's like, whoa, how in the world did that happen? We didn't realize it in the moment that it was spun backwards. We were just confused, like, why was the exhaust smoke coming out of the compressor side? So we shut it off. We looked around. Everything looked completely fine. There was nothing looked broken. So fired it back up. Everything seemed to run great. And then just did a crazy burnout with sticky drag radials, fourth gear, just 5,000 RPM, just roasting the tires. It was pretty incredible.
Normally it takes the nitrous, but maybe. Oh my. Woo!
So since then, our channel has really grown. Thank you guys for that. And there's a lot more to come to this car. Definitely got to clean it up, paint it real nice. That's been my dream since I got it. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for watching. God bless you guys. God bless America, and good night.